Hi, and welcome to 647. 6 stories for 7 a.m. on a Monday morning because there's a famine of truth in our land. So this is your quick news fix. And don't worry about the famine. The truth starts now. All right. This is Monday, June 2nd. This is the breakfast bonus, okay? And something I hated in high school, Monday morning pop quiz. This is your pop quiz. Get ready. This is a fake news funnies. Let's see if you can figure it out. NBC has a big story to tell, and NBC stands for No Business Communicating. Here's their headline. Gabbard considering ways to revamp Trump's intelligence briefing. Right? NBC, here's the corporate media pablum press mono theme for the day. Trump taking this important briefing less often than his predecessors. You get it? Everyone else was listening to their director of national intelligence, but not Trump. He's not taking the meetings with Tulsi. Why? They're trying to build his trust. He doesn't trust Tulsi. That's the message in the material, and change to the way he likes to consume information. So there's a problem with getting Trump to consume intelligence information. Would you ever think so? According to, get this, 5 people. Right? If you can't name anyone because the story's not true, say 5 people. You got to believe 5 people, right? I mean, there's 5 of them. So Tulsi is consulting other intelligence officials about creating a video version, right, of this intelligence briefing because Trump's so stupid, he'll only watch TV. This is the message. And your liberal friends believe all of this. It confirms what they think about Trump. A danger to himself and others. Meanwhile, DNI press secretary, a real person, Olivia Coleman, okay, it's not 5 people, but it is one real person. And this real person actually works with Tulsi and with Mikey. And she said about NBC's story, this so-called reporting is laughable, absurd, and flat out false. So remember, you can't handle the truth. And the legacy media is ready to feed you with lies. So wise up. Take 2. From Russia with love. Signed, Vladimir Z. Saturday night. Saturday night's all right for fighting, I guess. 3 train crashes on Saturday. 2 due to bridge collapse. Due to explosions, i.e. terrorism. The 3rd, explosives detonated on a military train headed to Crimea. That's the kickoff. Ukraine on the same night launched a massive drone attack from numerous parked semi-trucks containing drones, sprinkled out all over 1,000 miles inland from the Ukrainian border. 40 nuclear bombers destroyed in Murmansk and Irkutsk by the drones. This was Operation Spiderweb, which took 18 months of planning, but is being called Russia's Pearl Harbor. And I'm just asking, do you believe that Vladimir Z conceived and executed this by himself? It's going to be found out who was planning this, helping it, providing the hardware, running the whole thing. So get ready. The war hawks will have their pound of flesh, and Trump will require wisdom from on high to not get sucked in. And the legacy press will call him out of the loop. Remember, he's not listening to his intelligence meetings with Tulsi, and marginalized. So this is all coordinated. The Tulsi story comes out right on the heels of From Russia with Love, and Take 3. This is a part of it also. This is all sculpted for stupid people, right? You're not stupid. You're getting your news fix. Here we go. Biden walkabout. Just remember, Tulsi Gabbard, then the Spiderweb operation in Russia, and now Biden playing Don Corleone. Sleepy Joe was out and about with the press yesterday, joking and threatening to beat the hell out of Jake Tapper because he wrote this book about Biden and everyone knowing that he was a senile old goofball. Now, this beat the hell out of Jake Tapper, that's pay-per-view gold. And I would pay fat money to see those two bitch slap one another and cry. Although Biden was on this tough talking game, looking confident and taking no crap from reporters. So watch, right? Remember, you're the people who can't handle the truth. Watch for manufactured programming. Operation Spiderweb. NBC saying Trump is not meeting with Tulsi. He needs videos because he's a goof. And Biden amped up some kind of meds, goofing like a mafia don, all done at Trump's expense. Please pay attention. Take 4. You've got to give this to Trump. Poland. Populist, Trump-style conservative Karol Nawrocki won his presidential election in Warsaw yesterday by a slim margin. This is huge based on how EU has interfered with so many elections recently, all of populist candidates with populist majorities. The EU has been stealing elections across Europe like the white-collar leftist globalist mafia they are. Romania, stolen, should have been a populist win. France, stolen, should have been a populist win. Germany, stolen, should have been a populist win, right? So all of these feature conservative populist people over power Trump modeling. Candidates have to have a vastly overwhelming number of votes to win. See Trump 2024. The cheat was on by Dems and the deep state, but it was too big to rig. The win in Poland will energize anti-EU, red anti-globalist sentiment across Europe. Broadly, this is all a globalist takedown meant to wreck most countries, including ours, by 2030, what they were calling the Great Reset. Our Poland moment will be 2028 in November. And pay strict attention anytime Hakeem Jeffries is out and about. All right, take 5, all things Trump. 100% of the legacy media messaging is negative for Trump. That's not news. Despite those manufactured headwinds and saber rattling in Ukraine, Trump is delivering the goods. S&P 500 closed out May with a 6% gain, best monthly performance since November 2023. The Nasdaq composite surged more than 9% for the same period, and the Dow Jones Industrial Average up 4%. The press is all saying it's unsustainable. Don't you love it? These results at a time when Trump is roiling the markets and upsetting the global commercial status quo is an absolute, and I mean absolute, miracle. Stick with that and not the lies. The seas are going to get rough. Big boy pants will be the #1 fashion item this summer. Wear them if you got them. All right, take 6. And remember, there's a breakfast bonus. Who knew? With turbo cancer on the rise after the introduction of the clot shot, now a world-first trial study involving patients from the U.S., UK, Australia, France, Canada, and Israel has found that a structured exercise regime after treatment can dramatically reduce the risk of dying, the disease returning, or a new cancer developing. Wow. Next, they'll find that a high-nutrient, low-carb diet may have a positive effect. Results were presented at the American Society of Clinical Oncology, the world's largest cancer conference, which met in Chicago. Cancer patients who completed treatment had a 37% lower risk of death and a 28% lower risk of recurrent or new cancers with exercise management. Who knew? Nobody, and I mean nobody, at the biggest cancer conference in the world said a word about the incredible rise of turbo cancer among people 15 to 50 after 2022. There was no turbo cancer before then. And now all of a sudden, all these young, healthy people are getting brain cancer, all kinds of cancers. And it metastasizes and goes to stage 4 in a second, right? And nobody's talking about that. Not even a guess. The herd of elephants in the room, not a peep. It's disgusting. All right. Here's your breakfast bonus. The mainstream media have egg on their faces. In fact, they have a face full of eggs. For the first 2.5 months of Trump's presidency, the price of eggs was constantly being brought up in the White House briefings with young rising star Carolyn Levitt. She handled it like a short order cook in a maxed out diner in New York City at 7:30 a.m. Here's the truth. On day 1 of the Trump miracle, the egg price for a dozen eggs was $6.55 across the country. Today, it's, drumroll, $2.52 and moving down, a drop of 67% after the deep state killed most of the chickens with a bird flu scare. Now, of course, the press drops all this because it doesn't work in their favor. But how would you like your eggs? I'll take mine cheap and sunny side up. And sunny side up means that you are going to like us, you're going to share us, and you're going to have a fantastic kickoff to the work week. And God bless you.
If you want the truth, don't close your eyes.